guys, Stacels here, and today I am going to show you my 5 top beginners tips for starting V-Rising. Don't forget, if you like the videos, to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Tip number 1 is you'll learn early on that the sun is your worst enemy. So you're going to want to stay out of that. Now you can go out during the daylight, but what you're going to need to do is just navigate your way between the shadows. The game is really cleverly developed in the fact that everything creates a shadow on the floor and the sun moves around as well as time goes on. So you will need to keep readjusting yourself through these shadows, but if you're moving through the map, you can easily hide between trees, rocks, and everything that is kind of placed between you and the sun. You can also stand right over rocks and trees to harvest them out during daylight if you're trying to farm stuff. Tip number 2 is blood and feeding. So at the bottom middle of your interface, you'll see you have a blood dial and there are percentages for blood volume on there as well. First of all, make sure you feed. If you don't feed, you won't survive and you'll die as a vampire because you need blood to survive. Secondly, when you're out going to get blood and feed from them, you can see at the top when you hover over them, it says a percentage of blood that NPC has. So ideally you want to get the highest percentage that you can. So this one has 25, you can see here. This will affect your stats down the bottom. You actually change your stats based on what you feed off. So you can see here, this is a rogue blood quality, and each level for each higher percentage of blood gives you different stats. Now this increases your character's damages and resistances, so you do need to pay attention to this, and it changes based on rogue, warrior, etc., whatever blood type that you find in the world. Backing onto that, if you are struggling to find blood, you can actually eat hearts and rats that you find in the world. So if you find yourself really low and you desperately need some blood, otherwise you're going to die, you can eat these. They will give you a frailed blood type, meaning you don't get any bonus stats, but it is better than having nothing in the tank. Tip number 3 is to farm resources early on and store them in your base. Whatever you do manage to farm, make sure you keep hold of, because you're going to need all of these resources later in the game. You can build a basic chest early on in the game and pop those in your base. They're not too expensive, but actually as you get through the game just a little bit, one of the first bosses, you can unlock a bigger storage chest. I would recommend doing that as soon as you can, and therefore you can store more stuff to help you out later as you get through the game. Tip number 4 is the research desk. Make sure you get this down as soon as you can, and then you can research more recipes to be able to level up your gear for your character. So the first desk that you can pop down is a research desk, and you can put paper into this to learn new recipes, or you can find recipes around the map. It requires 50 paper to learn a new recipe. If you do find just the paper and do it this way, you can actually farm these from camps and NPCs around the map. So I would recommend doing that and getting the recipes as fast as you can. Tip number 5 is quests, or your tasks, which are in the top left hand corner of the screen. Make sure you complete these as early as you can, because this also unlocks various blueprints that are really helpful for you early on in the game. So make sure you complete the quests and tasks in the top left hand of the screen. And I actually have a bonus tip for you guys, which is on the top right hand corner of your screen. You will notice that there is a sun dial and a map. So obviously the sun/night dial is how much time you've got left during the day and during the night, but the mini map next to it, there is a little minus out button on there. I would recommend just clicking that once. It zooms your mini map out and it allows you to be able to see a lot more of the map and navigate around a lot easier. It definitely helped me out at the beginning, so I hope that it helps you out. So that's my top 5 beginner tips for starting V-Rising. Don't forget, if you've liked the videos, to hit the like button and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers guys!